Now, in general, have you noticed that a very specific type of guy does that? You already mentioned that the guys that don't really quite have it together, the guys that are maybe financially unfit, that are physically unfit. Have you ever seen guys in your experience that maybe they go abroad and start the passport bros thing and then find that they are liking it quite a bit? Because in my experience, a lot of those guys, they kind of wash out pretty quickly. They don't learn the culture, they don't learn the language. They usually don't have a consistent stream of digital friendly income, and they dry up and wash out pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen both. Um, I've seen nomads where they'll go from one place to another, but like usually the Colombia thing lasts for a while and then they come back. It's funny. One of the ironies is, I'm Colombian. My family's from Medellin, Colombia, and I don't ever go back there. Like, and I want to at some point. I'll probably go. I have so many.
It's a pretty city. I like
I have
Medellin.
so many. I have so many friends that live in Medellin, Colombia. It's embarrassing how many I have that live there. Right. I'm gonna go there and like I'm gonna go visit my family's house, and then the rest of the time we're gonna just be at nightclubs and shit. It's just it's so funny how that whole thing works. What I'll tell you is I just my whole issue is whatever you're doing, if you're coping in order to do it, then it's a problem. And so if you can create a skill set to where you actually know how to attract women, and then after you create that skill set, you still have the belief that, hey, this isn't working for me, then you want to go try something else, that'll definitely work. But as far as like, do they last? If you went there just with the intent of just like running through hoes, I'm sure you would get tired of it after a while. I'm sure that would be the case. I'm just what I'm hearing. Like, I don't think paying for pussy is like better than watching porn. I think both of them are copes. I don't think either of them are like morally, well, there's some moral problems with it. I'm not making fun of guys who do it. I understand, your life may be rough and it's something it's a stage you had to go through. My point is there's, what I'm tired of seeing is men who are overweight and could absolutely fix being overweight and become passport bros. Just if you have a choice between becoming a passport bro or losing the weight, and they're choosing to become passport bro, it's just terrible. It's just a terrible, terrible thing to see.
I agree with that. And guys, take it from someone who's lived abroad for years. I was overweight in high school. The minute I got my car and first job, immediately took care of that. Have not had that issue ever since then. And living abroad, I see those types of guys again come down all the damn time. And that they will get chicks. To be honest, you will get laid, but you're going to get the bottom barrel chicks. And then, especially if you don't learn the language of the culture, you're kind of the laughing stock. So I try to not include myself in that category. I have some expat friends we hang out, but they're all more game aware guys, and they're guys of all different races, nationalities, ethnicities, creeds, and what have you. But they've learned Spanish, they've integrated in the culture. We're all legal residents. We make money abroad, working good U.S. jobs with that financial arbitrage, and it's more it feels more like an expat type situation, but. For the passport bros, if you're out there watching and you're thinking, hey, you know what, I'll just go abroad and get free and easy pussy. Well, there's no such thing as free in nature. So you will pay for it. Again, you will get attention. You will get pussy. But there's girls, and I've actually dated girls. I had a main girl a couple months ago, moved to Canada. She's playing the green card game with some guy, and she'll still send me texts and say, oh, hey, look at this song came out. It reminds me of fucking you. I miss you. Oh, I'm coming to Mexico City for Christmas with my boyfriend. Maybe I'll try to sneak out. And you see her post the stories, and this guy knows none the wiser. So you have to be really careful if you are looking at going abroad. Yes, you have to have it together in your home country, but you also have to understand you're going into a new culture. Michael, you mentioned Colombia. I like Colombia. I have a good time there. But again, I speak Spanish. I've been there plenty of times. I don't go to those types of areas. And then most of the Colombians I date, they're usually the higher class girls. My main girl right now is a Colombian girl, and her dad's very high up in the Colombian government. I don't want to give her I don't want to say too much because you'll know who she is, but it's completely different experience than your run-of-the-mill girl at some, gringo club in Medellin. So you guys, you really have to understand and take an honest assessment of yourself. Like, are you the man back home? And if not, you're adding additional layers of complexity in your abroad lifestyle, and you're shooting yourself in the foot before you even get on the damn plane. Michael, you mentioned that for a lot of guys, it's a cope. You should have these things together. What would be a short checklist of things that guys should ask themselves before considering going abroad, for especially the passport bro type topic?
Yeah. Are you overweight? That's like by far and away. Are you coping because you're fat? The simple, the most provably easy, it's not easy, but it definitely is possible thing in order for you to change. I can't make your eyes blue and I can't make you 6'3", but you can absolutely be not fat. If you are fat and you're going overseas to like look for girls, that is nothing but 100% cope. If you got to diet, exercise, whatever, like what I would recommend is look up keto and look up intermittent fasting. If that's what intermittent fasting is one of the greatest ways to lose weight. It's not very difficult. You just basically you push your first meal to like 5 or 6 hours until after you wake up. You only eat twice a day. It's real simple. I would highly recommend that. Get rid of the fructose, the lactose, and the sucrose. Get rid of that shit. I mean, fructose, the lactose, and the gluten. Get rid of those 3 things. Absolutely. If you're fat, you are disqualified, bro. It's just a cope. Okay. After that, then the next thing is look at the guys who are getting the girls that you actually do want and say, is this fixable for me? If it's something where you just absolutely just think it's not fixable, then that's fine. Like I would totally understand if you're just like, hey man, I just want an outrageously beautiful woman. You know, I'm kind of an unattractive dude. I'm 5'3". It's like, no matter what I do, I just feel like I'm never going to be able to do that, which isn't true. Like you could actually overcome that with enough status and enough pre-selection, you can overcome that. Let's say it's just not worth it for me. Maybe, but is your money right and are you in shape? That would be the thing I would say before I do that. And this is the most important thing, and this is what we teach in MOA mentoring. Do you present yourself on social media in a way that makes you competent, relevant, and fucking seems like you have access to scarce resources and makes it look like women give you compliance and women find you attractive? If you have those 4 things going and you're still not having any success with women, first of all, I don't think that's possible. You just join my program and I'll help you fix that. But if that's the case, then maybe I could see you doing it. But I feel like it's a cope. I just feel like there's so many better ways to do this than to get up and leave. If the idea is, Michael, I'm not actually interested in a long-term relationship. I just want to fuck as many women as possible that are attractive, and I don't care who else has had sex with them, then yes, you have my blessing. Go to another country and pay for prostitutes. But don't sit there and try to tell me it's because Western women are whores. Don't do that, because now you're just coping.